Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll show you how speakers work. So here we start. Speakers. Here we start. How do speakers work? Although there have been significant advances in both speaker and design and manufacturer, the fundamentals of speaker driver technology have not changed in close to 100 years. Edward Collick and Chester Rice in 1925 dynamic driver is still the basis of practically every loudspeaker on the market today, from one in your phone to those in your home theater system. But how speakers work? Let's start with the basic. The basic is a speaker driver is the raw electroacoustic component that makes a loudspeaker work as a transducer. Its function is to transform energy from one output to another. Specifically, the transducer transforms the amplified electrical waves from your playback device, be that your phone or the cartridge of your turntable, into sound pressure waves into the air for your ears to detect. The speaker driver are simple yet brilliant electromagnetic motor and amplifiers feed a signal to two terminals on the back of a speaker. These terminals pass through the current into a cylindrical coil of wire which is suspended in the circular gap between the poles of a permanent magnet. This with the signal applied per Faraday's law. The center of the speaker cone is attached to one end, which gets driven back and forth by the moving coil. This cone is held at its edge by an airtight suspension or surrounded. As the cone moves, it pushes and pulls the surrounding air. By doing so, it creates pressure waves in the air called sound. So that's how the speaker driver work. But where do they always seems to be mounted in box? If the driver makes sound by itself, what's the box for? And what about port holes and those other bits and pieces? Why are speakers mounted in box? As a speaker driver's cone moves, it creates a pressure wave from both the front and the back. As it moves towards you, pushing the air and creating a positive pressure, it simultaneously pulls the air behind it and create negative pressure. If the wavelength that corresponds to the frequency of the reproduces to signals in the large relative to the size of the driver, the pressure generated by the two sides of the driver will effectively cancel each other. So at any useful distance, the low frequencies bass are rendered inaudibly. If you want to try this at home, remove a driver from its enclosure. You will notice a tinny sound quality compared to how the speaker sounded by when assembled. For a speaker to function well at all frequencies, we must prevent the pressure wave created by the back of the speaker cone from cancelling out the wave created by the front of the cone. If you were to mount the driver in a large rigid sheet material of baffle, you could achieve the same effect. A baffle needs to be large to prevent low frequencies cancellations. So this impractical. In most applications, closed boxes allow a more practical way of doing this. A combination of mechanical properties of the driver and the size of the box define the low frequency behavior of an assembled closed box loudspeaker system. Without getting a super technical, the ear in the box acts like a spring that the cone pushes and pulls against, and that system has a resonant frequency below which its output drops off considerably. Loudspeaker must be airtight. Leaks in the box allow the cancellation we want to avoid. Why do speakers have holes in them? You may have noticed lots of speaker boxes have circular holes or sometimes slots, usually in the front or back. What you are seeing are ports or vents, and this identifies what is known as a bass reflex enclosure. A bass reflex enclosure works essentially the same way as when you blow air over an open beer bottle and note sounds. The note changes with the amount of liquid in the bottle because the volume of the air inside battle bottle changes. If you were able to stretch the glass neck of the bottle, that would change the note too. It is a resonant system that can be tuned by adjusting the port dimension, the bottle's neck, or the enclosure bottle volume. If tuned correctly, what this does is create resonance just below the point at which the loudspeaker resonance would normally roll off, effectively extending the bass performance of the system. For this work correctly, the port tuning is calculated for the specific driver in the specific enclosure. If you swap out the driver for the different type, even if it is the same cone diameter, the box and port tuning will no longer be appropriate and it will not sound right. Loudspeakers that use passive radiator work on the same basic principle but with a mesh loaded on powered speaker cone, creating the bass resonance with the enclosed air volume. Tweeters and woofers. Now you may have noticed that in the speaker loudspeaker, particularly as they get larger than little portable boom box, you can see more than one speaker driver, usually a smaller diameter on one atop a large one. There are several reasons why speakers use multiple drivers in different sizes. While it is true that a single driver can cover almost all the audible spectrum by itself, there are a number of limitations. It turns up against if the driver is small, it cannot move much air and will struggle to generate bass at a useful level.